Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Jankyard. I'm your host, or ya boy, The Treatment, and we are ready to jank that stank. We've got another Top Cut Collection 2024 game, this time versus College Ball Carl and Nice Guy Brian. Sort of a classic matchup, if ever there was one. Maybe outside of Mr. Bowman and Killer the Cactus. This should be exciting. This is only the top 8 match. That side of the bracket is way behind. So whoever wins this will go on to face Abby on her Mad Dash Crazy Koji list that has been tearing up the competition, and then that will be the top 4 match, and whoever goes on from there will face the rookie Fred with his ping powerful Rin list that recently defeated the obviously overpowered cheating Underrug list. I say that only because I know that recently he said he doesn't like to hear it. So there we go. We've got action. We are ready to go. I'm going to let the guys know to start, and we'll pop right over. And then we'll see what happens. We've got, let me make sure I've got the game running. Boop. We've got Carl on a Carl on a Remia list, which is almost mono. It's 9-time 1 illusion. It's a fighting spirit secret door wishing hopper snapper list. With a little spicy Realm Walker in there, and otherwise just ready to hit ya. And then we've got Brian on a What We Do in the Shadows Hope list, which is 7 illusion. It's running 1 nature and 2 divine, and it's got classic Brian, sort of overloaded spell board. He's got options. He's got Shadowhound, Shade Prowler, Lightbringer, False Demon, Butterfly Monk, Royal Charm, and a couple allies like Celestial Knight. Don't really see that too often unless you're watching a Matt game or a Red King game. Gates Defender, I think probably one of the best new cards. Shadow Guard, which I'm guessing is his counter to Dragon, and an Umbral Acrobat. And then, a whole suite of removal Mist Typhoons, Fork Lightnings, Clashing Tempers, and some good old reactions. So, Brian is just waiting now on Carl. Carl opened the game early. I was early. I see nobody in chat. I'm just here mumbling, talking, rambling to myself. So if you are here, please let me know. It's always more fun with company. But if you're not, or if you're watching after, let me know how great of a job I did, or if you'd like to hear, see, smell anything different. And I'll try and make that happen. Yeah, I'm good, guys. Good. Waiting on the players. All right. Now, these guys normally play wicked fast, so I'm going to try and keep up. Oh my god, look at them select that first 5. Don't even have time to think about it. They know what their game plan is. They've been thinking about this all week long. We are ready to go. Bill, love to have you. Jeez, it's been a while. I don't even know if you've been in stream all that much, but love having you on stream. Great to have you. Hopefully this is an exciting game for all present. These are the big high rollers here. Carl and Brian are always top players, and their outthinking and their early passing is a pleasure to watch. And of course, Brian is a beast on Hope, and Carl has said prior to release that he thinks Remia might be one of the best new Phoenixborn with the crazy draw and everything. So we're going to see what's going on. Nobody is playing, out of the 3 Remias, nobody played Soul Delver, which is kind of sad news bears, but it is pretty terrible. So, makes sense. So we've got Brian immediately dropping the Shadowhound and summoning it. Carl is just going to play out his books. He's not going to drop anything until he has at least the hopper, so he can do Wishing Hopper right away. And then the snapper will come in at a later date. We'll see what Brian's game plan is, other than meditating away Fork Lightning, which is probably going to be a much needed card in this matchup. The real key is, can he keep the fighting spirit down long enough before Carl can one punch him with a secret door attack? Yeah, the Juggernauts. That's a good word for these boys. So we see Brian playing Lightbringer, which is such a super hope card, especially if you can keep it alive. Being able to force your opponent twice to swing and not do what they want to do is always nice. Although when you're facing a hopper, it's a little less nice, because no matter what, you can't necessarily pull their stuff out of the way as long as they have the unexhausted hopper book. So Carl is starting with Ancestral Army. He's seeing a False Demon and Gates Defender in Brian's hand, so we know what Brian has as his last two cards. Interesting. And that will at least soak up some of these Ancestor Spirits. He's played Fork Lightning, removing these Ancestor Spirits. So that's 2 Fork Lightnings down out of 3. Yep, I call it 3. And then we'll see if he chooses to duplicate this Shadowhound and take down what I would assume would be a Big Buffy wing if it gets there. Otherwise, the Ancestral Army. False Demon can clean up any of these little weenie guys at the end. And the Gates Defender, is going to be sitting pretty. So this is a real nice start from Brian. 3 book, and really just playing the removal game so that he can establish his board. He is currently, he went first, so he won't have top of round for any big shenanigans. He drops the Lightbringer. This is going to call out the Time Hopper, which will drop another token on the Wishing Wing, putting it up to 2, and it will absorb a little attack. He meditates away the Shadow Guard. All right, so we're losing allies left, right, and center, and we know that Carl only has the 2 allies and no way of recurring. So he better get those books fast. Hopper comes down. Oh, okay, yeah. So he's going for the Fighting Spirit build up. So he doesn't really care about the extra draw. He cares about ensuring he gets as many tokens as possible. Down comes the Gates Defender on the Hopper swing, and he is going to guard it. Yep. And then that way he'll be able to duplicate the Lightbringer next turn, further pulling Carl out of position. Cool. Carl said something about making me rap earlier just because they play so dang fast. They really do. Brian is now down on 3 dice. Carl's on 4. He's got 2 turtle power showing what was in... Oh, yeah, right. Brian's got nothing left in hand. He's got the False Demon and the duplicate dice left. So we know that that's coming. Gates Defender swings at the Ancestral Army, which Carl immediately guards. No thought process required there. And he did draw into a second Hopper book. Boom, just like that. Carl could really have anything, so trying to guess what he has is going to be just, I don't know, a complete whiff. With all those extra cards he has, I'm not really sure. He started with 3 book and Ancestral, and from there he drew into a Hopper book, so he could still have, can't have the Realm Walker, we know that for sure. He could still have Excavate, which might not be too bad. Get another card and remove one of these issues. You could have a 2 Shadows, or an Air's End, maybe. All right, so Brian attacks Wishing Wing with the Lightbringer, and the Wishing Wing will die, drawing in yet another book. Snapper, the last card that was probably first 5'd, comes down, and yeah, so we still don't know what the 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't know what the 5th card. Oh no, wait. Yeah, so that was the 5th book, right? Of course. Snapper, 2 cards drawn from Visions plus the 1 card drawn from the Wishing Wing. There's so much draw here. All right. So Brian drops down False Demon, removing the Time Hopper, which was previously exhausted. And he's got a strong board, and he still has the duplicate Shadowhound to take out whatever else comes down. Hey, Fred, what's happening? Good to have you. We've got a lot of fast action in the first under 4 minutes of play. Like they both have 20, almost 27 minutes on the clock. That is 3 minutes each, and they have just been rapid fire playing. Do I think? Oh, who has the better matchup? That's a tough question. So Brian sort of has more beef and tricks, but as soon as like the ability to counter swing and win goes to Carl once he gets the secret door. And so that's what I'm not sure like where this matchup pans out. I mean, and both players are so incredibly good. Maybe the advantage goes to Carl only because this is a bit more of an unseen list versus Brian's Hope list, which is probably more known to Carl, both facing and having played himself. It's not got like too many new tricks, new cards. So maybe the familiar patterns goes in the favor of Carl as a player, and the sort of big punch potential. But Brian has an absolute ton of control. Nothing's going to be able to stick on Carl's side. And if he doesn't get more than these 4 books, I think he's actually going to have a really hard time having enough units on the board to stop like a big swing, because the Shadowhound alone is a big issue. Can take down anything that Carl doesn't want taken down, and it also can easily turn to 6 damage if there is a clear board. And the hoppers also cannot defend. So, Era's End. Oh no, that was meditated. Damn it. I was that would have been cool. Yeah. All right. So, meditates Era's End to bring up the turtle that he's gonna need for something. Probably putting a token down. Oh, False Demon attacked with the Time Hopper, and the False Demon is dead. What is Carl going to do? So, interesting. Okay. So, taking his 3 damage. Brian's going to take his 3, and I'm guessing there's 2 shadows then. It's got to be 2 shadows. No. Oh, it wasn't. So, he just meditated up? Interesting. Okay, Carl didn't have a 2 shadows. So, he just meditated to have the die for top of this round. Because he'll be able to Wishing Wing Hopper if he wants to. Okay. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Just to meditate. Brian gets in 5 damage round 1, and he only took 1 himself, and he kept a Shadowhound, and he kept a Gates Defender. That alert unit is, I think, fairly problematic for Carl until he gets that secret door. That kind of stomps on all your problems. So yeah, I'm changing my mind as we speak. I think Brian has the matchup, the advantage here. Ramia reveals Channel Magic and Fate Reflection from hand. Okay, so we know 2 of the cards in Brian's hand. That means that if Carl can clear up some of these units, then, well, he's still in trouble because Brian can just do it all over again for 6 dice total, plus a duplicate. He has got a good board going. Mist Typhoon can also swing the game. That is true. Mist Typhoon is a nice pick. No one plays Mist Typhoon, but in a Coal list or in this Hope list, apparently Brian has got it down. You also wouldn't want to play Nature's Wrath when you're playing Shadowhound, so it's definitely a nice include, and it draws you cards that you kind of want because this is open list, and Brian definitely went. Well, I wouldn't say toolboxy, but he's got some key components, and you definitely want to be able to draw some of those action spells or reaction spells at the right time. And if he draws into any more of those ready spells, that's just more units down on the board. All right, so we are only 12 minutes into this match, and lots has happened. Wishing Wing comes down. I am assuming. Oh no, he just passed. Oh no, he remied and then he put the Wishing Wing down. Okay, so Carl really doesn't care about getting a beefy Wishing Wing until the end. He's trying to build up this fighting spirit, which only has 2 tokens at the moment. He's going for the one punch kill game, and keeping those hoppers on deck so that they can at least take guard when he swings at the Lightbringer. And yeah, I think Brian's only disadvantage this round is that he rolled 5 basics. So, Brian is thinking, for the first time in the game, these players are taking a small break, which gave me time to quench my thirst from having to talk so fast. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? Fred, what's your take on this? Bill, what do you think is the matchup to be favored here? What is the difference maker in their decks that is going to push one player above the other? Or is it simply a battle of who makes the fewest mistakes? I mean, that's often the case when it's really great players, albeit with some random luck of the draw. Brian has 3 Fate Reflections. That can always come in play. What would it come in play? Excavate, I guess, is the main thing that it would do. Otherwise, it does nothing. Oh, no! Another Fork Lightning. All the Fork Lightnings in the bin. That is gotta be... and a Void Pulse. Jeez. Meditations just... and the other Shadowhound book. These meditations are shooting Brian in the foot. Maybe that's the difference maker. Just awful meds. Really probably would have been super nice this game if Brian got the double focused Hound. I think that probably would have been a real issue for Carl. Yeah. Oof. Ouch. Yeah, it's open. Let me see. Can I... Here. Do I have the list open? I closed it. Yeah, this is it. Copy, paste. Okay, that's the spreadsheet that has the list of decks. So that should help you out. All right. What did I miss? So Brian meditated away all the good cards that he needed, and then he calls down False Demon, Sad Demon. He just wants to get some beef on board. And now it's Carl's turn, and he's thinking. So we went super speedy, and now all of a sudden we are down to an extra 3 minutes on each player's side gone, just like that, thinking about what they are going to do. It's kind of like, we compare it to chess a lot. You have your opening strategy, and you just go bump, 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 because you've played your opening lines, and now we're in the mid game. And you actually have to think about how exactly you're going to play this out. Carl has played Excavate, and he sees, what has he got? Excavate, Flash Strike, and Accelerate from the top of their deck. And he's apparently lagging. He's got the Alt Art Accelerates, which is super fancy cool. I'm guessing he picks up Accelerate, because that's sort of, at least in my opinion, a key component. Although, well, yeah. No, I think that's probably... Win or lose, this is not going to time yet. This game is not going to time. Not the way they play. Discards Excavate, and what does Brian have? Brian always has Fate Reflection. Oh my god. And there's only a certain point where the meme is just somehow... Oh! Well, Carl also has Fate Reflection. Nice. Boom. All right. That Gates Defender is dead. Dead, dead, dead. That's hilarious. That's awesome. I love a double Fate Reflection play. They're always hype. Yeah. Cool. Oh, got him good. Well, I mean, right now, Fred, I think he's trying to stabilize against all these beefy units and the Lightbringer control. Um, but eventually, I'm assuming his game plan is to actually pull off the combo because he's not getting through. He he has no other bypass and he has very little removal as far as I can see. Let me just double check that I'm not miscalling that. Yeah, like I mean, he's got a Realm Walker, but his Ancestral's gone. He's got Accelerates, one Excavate, two Excavates are now in the bin, and two Shadows. Like, it's just building up Wishing Wings and Hoppers. So he has to stabilize now, but really I think that stabilizing plan is to get the Fighting Spirit on board. And Snapper doesn't give you any Fighting Spirit tokens. So there you go. Clashing Tempers comes down on Brian's side, and he both nukes away the Wishing Wing, and he's going to exhaust the Time Hopper. And Carl is going to draw a card and get another token on the Fighting Spirit. And yeah, that's at least another 3 damage with the False Demon. I don't a lethal on Fighting Spirit. I don't know. You have to have Wishing Wing down and not let it get pinged away. And then you need to Fighting Spirit for like 10 with a Wishing Wing that's, at least got 3 or something with the Secret Door, and it requires Accelerate. It's a lot to hope for, like to one hit kill Brian. Like it's a lot. It's a lot to do. I don't think that's a small ask. Um, and so that's the thing that I think is going to hold it back. And we know for sure that Carl isn't going to do Secret Door until he actually has it down, and that could be at least another round, and he's going to take at least 3 damage now. Like, it's getting close. I mean, Carl is already saying, I think you have it. Right? Wishing, like, all he can play is Snapper. Hey, Shmenny, nice to have you. Um, yeah, Carl is already saying that he thinks he has it. What were we looking at? We're looking at 3, 6, 7, and if he duplicates Hound, that's 10. 10 damage just now. He can play a second Hound, which would be 13 damage. And what would he have? He doesn't have a Frog Ping anymore. What would he have? Oh, Brian Tech's False Demon. Like, I just don't see this come back immediately. Oh, Gates Defender. That's okay. So that's done. That's it. That's lethal. That's lethal right away, right? 3, 6, 9, 10, 12. Yeah. Carl should oh no, he couldn't do anything because of the Lightbringer. Yeah. Couldn't do anything there. That was a fast GG. Gates Defender is so good. And Lightbringer Hope, man, that was fast tempo. That was insanely well played by Brian. That was really quick, and Carl definitely did not draw into his combos. But there was just like, how do you put down enough units to deal with all of this? Wow, even the Fate Reflection on Fate Reflection. Whew. That was very quick, guys. What a game! In just under 10 or just over 10 minutes a player. Yeah, really awesome. That was like a blitz game. Brian said, I figured I had to win fast or it would become bad for me. I mean, yes, but at least in this current matchup, would have had to be another few rounds uh, before that, like at least another full round. I don't know that Carl was going to get enough tempo, even if he didn't have lethal right now, to deal with it. It'd be a tall ask. And the Hoppers not being able to defend really just leaves Carl on 2 units for blocking. Yeah, round one draws weren't ideal, but that happens. So there you go. Brian, congratulations on making it to the semifinals? Yes. Semifinals. Facing Abby, who's got a monster of a rush list. I am very curious on how that match goes. Because it is also Wishing Wing, Hopper, and Snapper. But it's in Koji with Wolves and some other tricks like what did it have? Immortal Commander and Standstill and Standard Bearer. So there's a lot more immediate rush, but also the ability to defend. So that should be an exciting match, which I hope I can cover. And then we will get to who faces Fred in the finals. That'll be a big one. Since that was so fast, I guess I might as well do 2 more awards for this evening. So let's go and take a look at what we've got coming up. All right, so last time we did, just as a quick recap, Rookie of the Year went to Evie Fritz, and Most Improved Player went to Ninja. This game, we've got the Contributor of the Year, or of the community, and the Auric Gilstream Person of the Year, which is all about like who your best interactions are with on a day-to-day basis. Like not just friendly, but who makes the community. And so, drum roll, Contributor of the Year goes to me. Thank you very much, everyone. I really appreciate the votes. I know that there's a lot of people who contribute to this game in all different formats. People who do written stuff like Ninja and Dubious Archivist, who maintains a lot of the wiki, and of course our great developers, and everyone who runs tournaments, and the other streamers out there like Clue, like Ninja. Killer has done some stuff too with Shmeny and the others. So I really appreciate that. Where's the hat? The hat. There we go. Not only is hat treatment is both Brankus of the Year and Contributor of the Year. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys. This is not easy, and I appreciate all the times that you guys have scheduled your games just to make sure that you can be on stream in my limited night EST or EDT, Eastern Time Zone. Really helps make this game a little more exciting when we get to watch matches live and I get to talk about it. So thank you. And now for Auric Gilstream Person of the Year award. I don't remember who the nominees were, but it's a tie. It actually goes to 2 people who I completely agree with. This is a shout out to the one and only Shadowfire and the community mom. We love her, Charlotte, who unfortunately has been a little remiss from the game lately, but nonetheless, every interaction with these 2 players is always a joy, and certainly well-deserved that both of them are acknowledged for how they make other people in the community feel and how they interact with every player. It's always great to play with both of these players, and it's also great just having them contribute in the Discord. So those are the 2 awards for this evening. And next, I guess I'll save it. No, I'll do Deck Builder of the Year after the Abby and Brian match, if I can catch it. And then the finals, I will call out the Hall of Famers, which actually goes to 5 people. And that is that was a hard list to rank. So Yeah, that's what I'll do. And otherwise, enjoy your Wednesday evening. Enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy the start of a new day if you're international and watching this in the morning. And yeah, if you're not janky, you're stanky. Frog up, wolf down. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for joining me live. Thanks for the votes. Have a good night. Peace.